atasa Pastor Christ eze na-aghọrị ndị ọ na-achị ọ sị na former wife ya na ụmụ nwoke ọzọ na-agba iche na mmadụ bụ ewu na ụmụ nwoke ọzọ na-atụrụ nwunye ya otu amụ na o siziri foonu nwunye ya ebe n'ebe wee na-egbu ife ọ na-afụ na foonu nwunye ya bụ ebe ọ na-ese ndịrị ụmụ nwoke ọzọ mgbari ọtọ ya ebe fa na-eme lomanus pọrị na lomanus na-ahụ aka n'ike na-ahụ aka n'ọhụ ya kpọrọ ndị okenye wee gosi fanya bụ ife onyonyo ofo na foonu nwunye ya wee jụọ afa ọ bụrụ na foonu nwunye fa ka fa fụrụ ya bụ ife kedu ife fa ya eme ụfọdụ si ọ bụrụ ọgwụ ole ụfọdụ si na fa ya anụzi ụfọdụ si na fa ya egbu nwunye fa ụfọdụ si na fa ya achụ nwunye fa ụfọdụ si na fa ya etigbu nwunye fa unu ya abịakwa ka unu gero na ntị unu ka ọ ghara ịdụ ka ọmụkọrọ nọrọ ebe a wee na-akọ na mgbe nwunye eji ime nwa nwoke 7 months na nwunye esi n'elu na elu wee matuo n'ala na ọ bụrụ na nwunye ya nwụrụ anwụ na o nwere ike ịnọ nga mkpụrụ ọka kịta anụnwa nọrọ ebe a wee na-akọ na mgbọsị ọ na-je nwunye foonu na okwu ezi nwunye ya nọkwata na ife nwunye eji wee paakị ngwongwo ya wee gbafere n'ụlọ be ya ebu ebe 2 o'clock nke ime abalị wee nọrọ ebe a wee na-akọ na mgbe ndị ntọrị mmadụ tọjie na-akpọrọ nwunye ya na foonu nwunye ya wee sị ndị ntọrị mmadụ fa mara ebe fa wụrụ ahụ fa ji echele ọgọdọ fa na fa akpọzikwa na foonu ya ọzọ ndị mmadụ nọ na kọmentị wee na-asị Pastor Chris atasa eze na-aghọrị ndị ọ na-achị na ọkọchagonu na aha ebe ikpe n'ọnụ ofu onye ka anụnụ n'ọnụ nwunye ya nwa bifo nwaanyị emegide ife wee ruo na steji ahụ na sị marụ na nke nwoke emego nke nwaanyị elepụ usi bunata ya na omego nke nwaanyị na o nweghị ife ọ bụ ikeri na ọ na-agba ọpụta ọghalụ nwunye ya pụọ na-ebu ụmụ nwaanyị ka o si sofa nọrụ n'ihu nwunye ya ụmụ nwaanyị a na-akpụ ya ọ na-emekasị na ọ ya bịa kwakiri nwunye ya o wee mewekwa nke ya unu ya abịakwa ka unu gelu alejediri ya nọkụma ebe ọ nọ ma ife mfụkwa ka nke ọrụ unu unu asịrị na tata bụ open confession ka atasa pastọ unu na-eme n'ụlọ ụka ya tata ọ nọkwa ebe anụnwa wee kpọpụtakwa nwa ya wee na-ajụ ụmụ ya na ọ na-agbafasa ntụrụgede mma etinyere unu ya na vidio ọzọ maka na nke anụnwa tere aka unu mana ex-wife ya bụ onye Cameroon.
Let God kill me, the God who created it. At no time, he died, do anything to my daughters. There was also allegation that I slept with my daughters. Please hold on. Hold on. As a result of what happened in that marriage, please listen. You recall, many of you that have been here for a long time, that I came here and said I would never marry again. That is the level of how it affected me, how I was broke. I was seeing women in some kind of light before. Forgive me. It was mercy. I battled with this. 13 years ago, or 13 years plus, when you recall when I was kidnapped, you must have heard the story. Some of you knows about it. I don't want to say what happened in the kidnappers then. How the kidnappers have put a call through. Because the only 2 numbers I remember then, as at that time, was a number and that of the King Truma. The King Truma is alive, he can tell this story. Tony, please come. It was me and you that was kidnapped. I was kept for 58 days. You stayed about 60 plus. About 61 days. When they put call through to the kidnappers put call through to this ex-wife, did you remember what she said?
Remember, she said they should not call her again, that it's not her business.
Note, before this time, we were just cohabiting. We're not having anything husband and wife was doing together. And I was not eating her food. But we're living in the same house. So the thing got bad. That when I returned from the kidnappers then, she saw me at home and was shocked that she saw me. At that moment, he knelt down and said, please, whatever I've done, forgive me. I said, I don't know what you have done, but time will tell. Subsequently, as at that time, my father also came around. He had this hernia operation or surgery. She will go out. I recall an occasion, an incident that happened. My mother, my maternal uncle, a man called Benjamin Okafor, because my father's side and my mother's side, they bear the same surname. My mother is from a different village, my father is from a different village. As at that time, that man was about 70 or 75. There was a place their country people, the Cameroonian, there was a place their country people were having like their, how do you call it, their association meeting, or whether it's town or community meeting or something. And the compound has common boundary with this, my uncle. Wise people, while they were there, drinking, celebrating, that my uncle's wife sighted her amongst them, celebrating and drinking with them. So the woman was shocked. He ran inside and said, come and see you. Is this not your sister's son's wife? The old man came out and saw her and said, what? That old man urinated in his body. He said, how can somebody whose husband is in death row not knowing whether I will come back? That he related to my mother. To cut the long story short, a very long story. The battle ensued many times. I could recall the time my son, when she was pregnant of my son Bobo, 7 months in the womb, there was an argument. He jumped up from the 2-story building. He jumped down, landed. Nobody did anything. Nobody pushed her. You were aware of the incident. So if she had died or something happened to her, I would have been in jail, or maybe something else would have happened. Let me not go into all of that anymore. So finally, as I got back from the kidnappers then, after 58 days, she will go and come back late. So one of the occasions, I asked the gate man not to open the door. This was around 12 midnight. The King Hippo is not here, but the wife is here. He's abroad. He knows about the incident, and I'm sure the wife knows about it. He started knocking. We just moved to that estate newly. He started hitting the gate as if there was no tomorrow. And we just came to that neighborhood. So I told the gate, I was already pissed. So I said, whatever will come out from this, let it come out. So I told the gate man, open the door. As soon as the door was, I took her phone. And that was the beginning of the end. As soon as I took the phone, what I pleaded with her, let us go peacefully our separate way, because everything that will kill a marriage has already happened, so that we don't end up killing one another. That was the day she went that night. She was ready to die because of that phone, the phone I took from her, I collected from her. She did everything, but I refused to release the phone. So she went and packed everything. Left that midnight, around 2 a.m. But by the time I opened the phone, it was a lot. I still have that phone with me, the BlackBerry phone. It was a lot. The family came again and again to beg. I didn't want to disclose to them. When they came the 5th time, about 4 or 5 men came with them. So that was the first time. It was only my dad and my mom, I think the King Hippo, that knew what was on that phone. That was the only time I went inside. God would say, oh, forgive, you know you are a man of God, and this and that. A man of God, but I'm dying. I was dying. So I brought the phone. I said, sir, are you married? He said, yes. Are you married? Yes. Are you married? Yes. Are you married? Yes. I said, if your wife did a thing like this, what will you do? This one said, God forbid. This one said, I'll my wife. This one said, she can't even do it. I opened the phone. I said, do you know whose nude picture this is? And do you see who and who they are sending it to? A woman married to a pastor. At that point in time, we fight for divorce. It was that bad. Chidera here was 2 years old. Bobo was 4 years and few months. The thing was that bad that the court granted me custody of those children at that tender age. And the court only gave her access. From the age of 2, Bobo is 17 plus. By March, he will be 18 now. Chidera is 15 plus now. So that was the time this divorce happened. And I called them up. And I did promise them. Apart from my encounter that I already have, the belief I have for women, I promised them that I was never going to marry until they are grown up. For 13 years, I kept that. For 13 years, I kept that. And within that 13 years, it was not easy. We made a lot of mistakes. So the certificate of the divorce is there. Let me state very quickly. From that moment she vowed, I would destroy you. I would destroy the church. She says this openly. That over as long as she liveth, that I will not be able to marry again. Take note, none of these lies or allegations ever came until I married. No one ever came. No one. The vengeful ex-wife, angry that I'm starting a new life, recruited children. Let it be clear today, at no time did I do anything to my daughters. At no time let God kill me, the God who created them. At no time